Welcome back to Adapnation. Today we're going to be talking about Fallout Season 2, specifically Episode 2. I'm Laura.
I'm Chris.
Hey, I'm Dan.
Spoiler warning. This episode contains spoilers for Fallout Season 2. If you haven't watched this episode yet, go do that and then come back.
Okay, so we start out in Shady Sands, which is kind of interesting because we never got to see Shady Sands in the games. So it's kind of nice to see them like thriving.
Yeah, I would agree. It was an interesting little take that we got to go back and see something that was after the war, but that humanity was starting to thrive again, and they were really pulling it together. I thought it was a neat take and something new, something that you don't get a lot of in the games as much as you do in the show.
It was nice. There was some nice aesthetics to the town, whether it be the ammo's crate on the ground, the water machine, stuff like that. That all really felt like it came straight from a game.
Oh, yeah.
I did really dig the whole water purifier bit.
Oh, that was so cool. Right from the game.
Yeah, that was cool.
Something else that was kind of cool was seeing the NCR troopers. Actually, I think, Dan, you were talking about that.
Yeah. I never know what to call them. I just say the suit from New Vegas.
The New California Republic, NCR. Yeah.
You guys are much more adept at knowing all this stuff, the terminology and all that. So
Well,
I
yeah, but,
rely
like,
on you guys a lot.
If you had watched, or if you had played Fallout New Vegas, NCR troops, like their main base was in Shady Sands.
Yeah.
So they would be patrolling that nonstop.
Yeah, I think the uniforms that they're wearing even are right from the game, which is really cool. It was a nice. I like picking up those little pieces that come straight from the game and getting to be excited about
One
it.
thing this show does really well is just the environment and the aesthetics of all of it. It's
Oh yeah, even
Crazy
season
good.
1, the aesthetics were just incredible.
But the story was incredible in season 1 too, right from the get-go to the end.
It was.
Yeah.
I think what we're forgetting here is that season 1 had a lot to go off of. They had a lot of pivotal moments that relate to the game. The vault, Lucy leaving the vault. They had a lot of points to hit, whereas now they're coming into a point where they're making up a story of its own.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Which can be difficult when you don't have a lot of hard-hitting points that people are going to recognize, even if you're not a big fan.
Yeah, there was a crap ton of Easter eggs all throughout season 1 and right now in season 2 as well.
Yeah.
But if you hadn't played the games, I think you'd still probably love the show.
Yeah.
Something that was kind of cool that they did in this episode, though, is they did like a play on the kid in the fridge side quest that you get to do.
Yep.
By putting Maximus in the fridge.
Yeah.
Which was really neat and kind of really heartbreaking. I don't know if you guys had a frog in your throat when that happened, but I did.
Because doesn't the young man actually become ghoulified in the game?
Yeah, when you do it in the game, it's a little kid named Billy, and he is a child ghoul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy.
Yeah.
And then you have the option to sell him,
Oh,
which is weird.
Okay, well, let's not talk about child slavery.
wow.
It's in the game.
Straight from the game.
And then we see Hank. Now, we
Hank.
heard previously, I think it was in season 1, that Hank is a reason that Shady Sands blew up.
Right.
But this time we actually get to see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
he
what
just
that
straight
looked
does
like.
it with one of those control devices.
Yeah, first
that they
off, the
alluded to.
bomb itself was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The nuke.
Yeah.
Right, is that what it is? A nuke?
Like
It is a
mini
nuke, yeah.
Well, not a mini nuke.
Not a
Those
mini
are-
nuke,
Those
no.
are the really little ones.
I'd like to point out that you kind of get the sense that Hank is uneasy about it,
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's looking in the mirror.
right? So it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it's all his decision
No.
at all.
No. Well, he's pretty young, so he hasn't really got a whole lot of blood on his hands yet.
Whereas now,
But now,
He doesn't seem to care anymore.
no.
I wonder though, with all of this, and they keep putting every bad thing on Hank, do you think they're making Hank to be the villain of this show?
I don't know, because I feel like when we looked at episode 1 and we were talking about it, and Hank's, you know, relaying that message to somebody about they're gonna want him and be in his debt.
Yeah.
So he's not the big bad, right?
And I
Like
can't
he's
see that being a big payoff either.
no, him being the final boss. I don't like it.
I wouldn't think so. And like, so later on in the show, we're going to talk about a group of people that we come across near the
Yeah.
end. And if it really is them, then Hank definitely won't be the villain. Maybe a
Potentially.
villain.
But
A
let's
villain.
get to that.
We'll get to that later, though. Okay, so then we shift over to Maximus.
Dear Lord.
Can we just take a minute and can we talk about how in our last podcast I did say that I disliked the million tiny stories,
Uh-huh.
and how this episode just continued with a million tiny stories. And we're
Mhm.
going to feel that during the podcast because we're going to shift all over the place.
Yeah.
But we're going to put them together a little more than they are even in the show. So
I
Okay.
believe disconnected is the word I would use.
I can't keep taking it. It's wearing me down to try and follow this many things in tiny minute and a half snippets of each story.
Not even a minute and a half. They spent like 10 minutes doing the whole Son of Hank thing again.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes of Hank going back and forth because he doesn't know how to grab more than one mouse at a time.
And you know, maybe it's a play on your heartstrings if you're playing Fallout and there's 5 million side quests and you never seem to be able to finish the main quest unless you just do that. If that's what they're trying for with this, good effort, but it's not hitting for me.
Right.
Agreed.
Anyway, Maximus and Area 51.
Seeing Maximus again for the first time since season 1,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
I like Maximus as a character.
Yeah.
Still?
I still do.
Now, here's the thing, okay? I think I put a lot of thought into Maximus as I'm sitting there watching it a second time, which I'm not sure how I got through it a second time. But I think we're seeing him at a pivotal moment where he's starting to transition into somebody that he doesn't even want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that too.
Although you might have a problem just because you don't like the Brotherhood at the same time, so it feels like you have some animosity there.
I don't like the Brotherhood.
And I do enjoy the Brotherhood.
I could see that.
Yeah.
So Maximus is sitting there. We get probably one of the cooler scenes in this episode where the power armors are going through and they're taking out ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's your action scene
That was great.
that we
Brief.
needed for 2 whole episodes. That's what we get.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So Maximus is fairly well trained by now in his suit.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah. It seems like since season 1, he's received a lot of training.
But
Yeah.
has he received out of suit training?
Probably.
It would appear he has.
Because he would get killed by that one guy. That big behemoth of a guy.
For sure. Because he goes into that combat sport jam, and when they're throwing down, he definitely would have got slaughtered by him before.
Yeah.
But now his hand to hand and his endurance is solid.
We receive a box.
Yep.
And it is to turn on fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's going to blow thousands and thousands of pounds of sand to uncover a facility.
It's Area 51, man. Anything's possible.
Just weird.
I was excited
weird.
because I was getting to see aliens.
Yeah.
And
The freezer bit was fun.
they did a great bit with it where they open the freezer and they're like, oh my God. And there's an alien in there. And then they just knock the alien out of the way and go, there's a whole ice box here. I
Yeah,
thought that was solid.
appreciated.
It was good.
That one was pretty good. Yeah. Kind of nice to see aliens. I don't think we saw aliens at all in the first season.
No, I don't think so.
No. And I think
And I was waiting for like alien weaponry too, just so
Oh,
we're
yeah.
clear. Like
Yeah.
I want some.
I don't
some
know that
solid
in
lasers.
season 1 it would have been appropriate for aliens just yet.
No, that's fair.
No, but it would have been pretty cool if they had. There's one quest where you see a UFO crash landing, and if you go there, then it opens up this big quest line.
I just think it muddies things up for a first season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're thinking about people who haven't indulged in the games and stuff, right?
Yeah, it might
Yeah.
seem like they're just throwing something at you that doesn't make any sense, but aliens have been in Fallout forever.
I do wonder, though, to a viewer who has never played the games, is just watching this because everyone's talking about it, and then they just threw the alien aside and they were like, wait, what?
Right?
What?
Oh, it's an alien. No big deal. It is interesting how through this, and I mean, even the last one, they're keeping the Brotherhood in that like gray zone. They're not
Yeah.
making them out to be those champions,
Mhm.
when they're not making them out necessarily to be like the big bad guys or anything, but they're
Yeah.
keeping them kind of on that even keel, which I think is appropriate for the Brotherhood personally.
It really is appropriate for the Brotherhood. You either love them or you hate them.
That's true.
And most people just don't really know anything about them.
Right.
One thing that I was a little bit thrown off by is that the attitude of the knights, or the are they, if you have a suit, are you a knight?
Yes.
Okay. I don't see, from what I know of the Brotherhood, I don't see the leaders of the Brotherhood taking that sort of bull crap from the knights.
So
Like fooling around and goofing around with a grenade or a explosives or whatever. Like, it just seems they were too goofy.
they
They're
were
meatheads.
they were doing basically whatever the hell they want, which was kind of part of the scene where they blew up the car that they found in Area 51, which is really, they're trying to show you that Quintus, the guy running this Brotherhood, doesn't really have control of his guys. And there's no laws that they follow, there's no rules, there's no repercussions. Whereas when you see the Commonwealth later come, they are super strict,
Is that why
super
I'm
regimented.
picturing them being more strict?
Yeah, because you played Fallout 4,
Yeah.
where you got to do questing with the Brotherhood, like the Commonwealth Brotherhood.
Okay.
And they are very like military. They have a hierarchy and they follow it.
Because they follow that original Brotherhood, like the
Yeah.
ones that
Mhm.
first came up from before the big war, and
'Cause
it
it-
was a very military organized regiment, where these ones seem to be more like, even later when we talk about those the Elder
The other
Council,
factions.
they seem to be more of that tribal feel.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it just seems like Maximus has more authority over these guys than anyone else.
Yeah,
And like, he's like the newest one.
I
pretty
know.
much.
Yeah.
I feel like Maximus would do really well in the Commonwealth
Oh,
faction.
for sure.
Like
Big-
way better.
and if you look at the Commonwealth, their goals and the way that they try and achieve those goals would better align with Maximus than these guys.
For sure. Who else really absolutely hates Quintus?
Anybody?
I'm not a big fan of Quintus. I don't like him as a leader of the Brotherhood necessarily. Like, he kind of seems more culty
Yeah.
than military, but it feels like his thing is all about that manipulation and that, pulling those kinds of strings, rather than, it doesn't feel like he's ever been out in the field and like throwing hands or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do they call that? The clean hands?
Yeah, he's got clean
Yeah,
hands.
Clean, soft, and supple.
Mm.
And he's kind of manipulative and he's kind of a prick. And it seems like he's got some hidden motives to everything. Specifically when that one scene where he calls Maximus my son.
And that's where
then-
you get that culty feel too.
Yeah.
Is even in that phrasing.
Yeah. Because he knows that Maximus is desperate for a family. He's
Mhm.
desperate for people to love and people to love him back. And he's just always never felt like he belonged somewhere. And so I feel like he's really just roping him in.
Yeah, he's definitely using Max as a tool.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. And I don't think he's going to have his back when it really counts.
No, and and I think Maximus is really
He's struggling.
still seems cautious about.
Especially later
Quintus.
on when certain things go down, and you can really see in his face how disappointed almost in himself.
Yeah.
And in the faction themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so moving on, we've got Lucy and the ghoul. Again, we've got our main characters, you'd say, right?
Yeah.
They're moving along through the desert, and they come across a hospital, is it?
Yeah, it's Affordable Al's Discount Hospital. I thought that was incredible.
It's a good hospital. That's
Yep.
where I'd go.
That's all I can afford.
Yeah. Yeah, we get somebody yelling for help in the hospital, which was kind of interesting.
It kind of
because
does remind you of like, hey, we're questing along, and then sidetracked.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. It had to see that's the right way, I think, to do that side quest feel is the way that they did it there, where you're like, oh, I'm on my mission. No, wait, I'm gonna go over here and help this person.
And Lucy is that kind-hearted character that's not going to turn down an opportunity, or not even an opportunity, but because it's in no way an opportunity, but helping somebody.
Right? Unlike Laura, when she's playing the game, and she's just as likely to turn and just shoot whoever's screaming for help in the hospital.
Somebody gave her a magazine and she shot him.
Yeah.
See, I would actually go in and investigate, but
for loot.
I know for sure if I talk to the person, they're going to give me a reward for all of my hard work. But if I shoot them, I can just loot their body and move on with my main story.
I was still talking to the person.
Yeah.
This is
when
getting
you shot
this
them.
is getting personal.
Yeah.
Let's get back to
So we were
this.
playing Fallout 76, and Laura talked to an NPC and got just what she needed, a treasure map. She was all excited. And then Dan started talking to the NPC, and Laura casually blew the person away. Just no big deal, just shot. And I was like, I didn't even get to talk to them yet. And Dan
I left the loot for you.
Dan was talking to her. But it didn't matter. So
You're
that's
a psychopath.
That's
Maybe.
That's a lovely relation to the show, actually. That's that side quest jam. Where Lucy's insistent on helping and maybe talking to an NPC. And the ghoul, on the other hand, Laura.
Relates to you quite a bit.
Just casually slits a throat about it.
Didn't even loot his body. Didn't even loot his body.
Tried to eat
I think
him
he
a
did.
bit.
Just left it.
No, he ate him.
would try to eat him,
Yeah, he ate a chunk.
but then he was toxic, so he almost died about it.
So they go in there and they come across two people that are in peril.
Yep.
And the ghoul mentions something along the lines of the young lady being far away from home.
Yep.
What is that all about?
Well, he recognizes her from somewhere pretty far away, and is kind of wondering why she's there.
I believe he says you're pretty far west.
Yeah.
You're a little too far west, aren't you? Something like that.
And then he refers to her cloak.
Her tunic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that what he calls her?
No. No, he does. Yeah, when he walks in, he says, "Oh, a tunic or something, or tunics."
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is I'm fuzzy on this whole thing.
Which is interesting, because like there are a faction of people that some of them were tunics. We'll get to that.
Now, why is it that he says people like that don't deserve to be saved?
I think one, he doesn't think really anybody deserves to be saved. But this one in particular, that's why it was so interesting to me that he said it the way that he said it, was because these people in particular, he's going to voice the opinion that they don't deserve to be saved.
Which is really kind of fascinating. If you know where this woman is from, what faction she's from, and the type of people, the type of people that they are, the ghoul saying that she doesn't deserve to be saved.
Makes sense or no?
It does make sense, but it puts a lot on, it really emphasizes the ghoul's human side.
Okay.
Because the faction that this woman in the tunic comes from are probably the most horrific people you will find in any of the games.
So we don't want to give anything away.
Right.
Right? Because like I'd like to be surprised myself.
Okay.
Right? So knowing that gives me enough information.
Yeah.
to know that like these are just
This is
bad
not just
people.
the ghoul being an asshole, the regular, goofy ghoul that's just like fuck everyone. You kind of see his like Cooper Howard side
Yeah.
when he says that. Yeah.
He says, "I used to be just like you, an idiot
Yeah.
or stupid."
Yeah.
So the tunics don't look like they have much, right? Like they look like they're the poorer class of whatever faction they belong to.
Yeah.
So is that why they don't deserve much respect or to
They're
be saved or anything?
terrible
Or does it just
people.
mean
No.
they're
It's,
like
it's
whatever?
because of what other faction does to people.
I'm assuming they're cannibalistic or something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
Their faction's cool
Their faction's cool.
if you're into history.
So the ghoul takes the one guy out, takes a bite of him.
Casually too.
Yeah, very
Casually.
casually. Which Lucy is disgusted by, clearly. She's too good for her own good. Gets herself into some sticky situations, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a bite out of him and realizes that it's rancid at or something's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Flips him over, realizes he's got a wound on his back that comes from what we see is the rad scorpions.
Which was kind of interesting because when they first walked in there, I was like, where are all the wildlife?
Yeah, like rad roaches at the
Rad
very
roaches.
least.
At least rad roaches.
I think every episode should have a rad roach. Every time you walk into a facility, if there's not one rad roach, it's not realistic to me.
Or a feral ghoul.
Yeah. They come out, one of them jumps on Lucy, and there's no way she survives.
No, not in the game. She'd be so fucked up.
That half of those things were like trained or something because they were all over them and they didn't bite. They didn't
They
attack.
didn't sting.
They didn't seem to sting.
They
the
didn't
babies.
sting. And I don't know if I've ever met a rad roach,
Rad scorpion.
scorpion in the game where I didn't get stung at least 3 times.
Yeah.
That's all they do. They just sting.
So we've got the large scorpion comes out,
Yeah.
attacks the ghoul. The ghoul gets stuck.
Mhm.
And
Not even. He pulls the tunic over top of him and she gets stuck in the spine.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was brutal. What a
That was
dick.
good.
So
It's a good move.
then we've got a pivotal moment where Lucy has to choose to save one or the other.
Yeah.
Right. She makes the wrong choice.
I didn't feel like it was like the smartest choice either. I was like, okay, I get that you're kind-hearted, but that ghoul guy's on the same mission as you. I
Right.
realize that he's not going to die about getting stung,
Mm-hmm.
but now you're just walking with a stranger with no backup into the
Not
woods.
to mention he's already warned you
Yeah.
this is not a good person.
Yeah. Like,
Right?
killed the dude and went to kill her. Obviously, she's not safe.
What
Yeah.
is she doing? They are not looting enough
No,
if they've got one stim pack.
right?
When
I
was
would've
the
made-
last time you
I
saw
would have
them
made
stop and loot?
so many stim packs by then. By the
Yeah.
time I've walked that far, so many stim packs.
Oh, yeah.
Chemistry
You're not,
station,
you're
I'm
not looting
always
enough.
leaving them at my base.
right?
I only ever carry 10. And every time I get back to my base, I'm dropping off at least 20 of them.
Yeah.
Right. I
Those are
think I
heavy.
have 100 in stock right now.
Let's just
Fallout
say
76,
they
just
should have
waiting.
never been in this
I need some.
situation. Is what I'm saying. Okay.
I got you.
Right.
But all in all, she makes the wrong decision.
Yep.
Which was to save the young lady. And she takes off saying, "I'll be back for you."
Right. She
And she's
won't.
not going to get the chance because she wanders directly into a trap with who we find out is one of the slave people of the Legion.
Yeah, she ditched her quick.
Yeah.
When they got there.
Yeah, just disappeared.
I think that was the whole point.
And that point, when we got to see the flag, though, was finally an exciting point in the show for me. I got right up in my seat and was all excited because Legion. I do appreciate Roman history. I like the whole thing they had going on. I thought it was cool. Other than the world domination piece, I guess, sure. But to be fair, the Legion and the Roman history go hand in hand in that a lot of the time when they conquered spaces, they didn't really govern those spaces. They left them to govern themselves with, tithings to them. But basically, they would just utilize them to fuel their army and expand their territory. So the Legion does kind of the same thing, where they'll take over other nations and other tribes and other things, because that's how they got their start, and then they leave them to govern themselves and just utilize them to fuel the army, build up the army, offer protection, make sure that nobody else is going to come in and take over, and then expand and expand and expand. And that's what the Legion does. So they take a lot from that Roman history piece, which is...
So how much trouble has she gotten herself into here?
Quite a bit.
It could potentially be a lot of trouble.
It could be really bad. They're kind of sadistic.
Well, they can be.
They can be.
They're also a male dominant society too. So
yeah, so she's a little fucked.
Her,
yeah,
is not going to be.
I think she's going to have to change her gosh darn attitude.
I'm pretty sure at some point we're going to see the ghoul come in and save her.
That's got to happen. There's no way around it.
I can't see her getting out.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No, I can't see her getting out all by herself, or maybe Maximus comes across her at some point. But at this point, the way Maximus is talking about her, about how she left him,
yeah,
I don't think he has any...
I don't know that he means that, I think
flame.
she just left is what he's kind of...
He says that with a undertone of, like, hope, I think,
Yeah.
You think? I didn't catch that.
I felt it.
I didn't catch it.
So is that where we leave off with Lucy?
Yeah, that's kind of where...
Yeah, that's pretty much
Lucy's
it.
just trash.
We don't really get
She's
much
with the
of her
Legion.
in the Ghoul.
Not really.
No. We didn't... They didn't hit that sweet spot of the main story much in this episode, which drove me crazy to no end.
Yeah. I really kind of only want to see the main story.
And that's how you play the games. And I'm an avid side quester. Like, I'm obsessed.
Myself as well.
I have a hard time finishing any of the Fallouts ever
I've
because
never
of the
done
side quests. And you've never done it. So,
And I have only ever finished the games and probably not completed even 50% of the side
oh,
quests.
so many side quests.
You want to finish up with Maximus?
I'd love to talk more about Maximus.
Okay.
I don't think the story between the two of them is over by any means.
I don't think it is either.
You don't think so?
I think she's going to be the one that brings him back over and
To
really
the-
shifts his
to the light
perception
side?
to that what we're going to call the proper light side. Whereas the Brotherhood lays in that gray, and we've got Hank and the corporations on the obvious evil side. I think Lucy's going to pull Maximus back over.
Yeah.
Especially after some of the things that he's going through right now, and not feeling like he has the moral compass right now. Is his moral compass is spinning, right? He doesn't know what he wants to do with this whole thing. And especially when we're looking at him and he's out there and he's getting picked on by some 8-foot monstrosity that he has to go hand-to-hand combat, no suits.
He tells this story to this young fella about honor and doing things right.
Mm-hmm.
And then he ends up fighting this guy, killing him. He looks over and the young boy's cheering him.
Yeah.
And stuff. He's clearly disappointed in himself. His friend is clearly disappointed in him.
Dane.
He's at a point where he's turning into something he doesn't want to be. And he's just left there, like, just standing there kind of dumbfounded.
Yeah.
And Quintus did nothing.
No, Quintus
He
just
kept
kind of
looking
gave the
back to him.
Kept giving him the nod. Do it.
You
There's
have to
that
do it.
manipulative portion of him that's, again, testing him.
Well, and also Quintus knows that if he doesn't fight him, then it's going to look bad on his faction of the Brotherhood, right? Like, that's
Also, Maximus loses a lot of respect from everybody in the room.
right.
Right? So
And he has to
he's
keep up the
put in a
appearances.
situation where he's just in a bind. Right?
So, but something about it though, like coming from the game aspect, they did have a lot of infighting in the Brotherhood. You just didn't get to see it. They talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is something that happened, but it came from factions that had no control over their knights.
So is this faction one of those factions?
Yeah. Yeah, it is, for sure. Absolutely.
And I think Quintus is trying to pull in the control by using Maximus as that sword, right?
Yeah.
He mentions the fact that he has to be the sword. So Maximus has to rise up to that challenge and be that guy. I'm hopeful that maybe at some point Maximus really rises up to the role and takes over this whole faction of the Brotherhood, and then injects his morals
Mhm.
because he has good morals.
Do
They're
you think
there.
he's going to
Mhm.
cross over to the Commonwealth
I
faction?
don't think that's out of the question.
It might be out of the question. I don't know. There's some theories about when Harkness shows up and sees that they're fighting and the disarray of that faction, how there's no leadership, how they're just doing whatever the fuck they want and hurting each other.
That's all the factions, though, because I don't even think that guy was from Quintus's faction. I think he was from one of the other ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was from Coronado. He's from the Coronado chapter.
And that's just one of the factions that has come to sit at the table and discuss what would be the war against the Commonwealth.
So Quintus wants basically to have all the power. He wants all the Brotherhood factions to come together under his rule. And part of opening up Area 51 was getting cold fusion
Which they're going
so
to
that
use.
he can then make as many power cells as he
Yeah.
wants.
So with the power, they obtain power.
Right.
Exactly. Power over everyone.
Power is power. Yeah.
Which
And
so the other factions don't seem to be on board, saying specifically that the Commonwealth would kick their butts
right.
until the power cells are presented,
Yeah.
and then their tune changes.
And then they're
Right.
like, well, we might have a chance here.
F the Commonwealth, at that point,
Basically. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Until what was his name again?
Harkness.
Harkness.
So he's Paladin Xander Harkness.
One of my favorite parts of this episode was his entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the flying in the bird,
Yeah.
knocking the little shelf over.
I don't think they had clearance to land.
No, but I think that was probably one of my favorite parts is just his little performance.
Great entrance.
Yeah.
For any character thus far in the shows, season 1 or 2, his entrance has probably been one of the best, if
So
not
he's
the
pretty
best.
much showed up and goes, "Hey, heard you were having a party. Why wasn't I invited?"
Right? Oh,
You know?
we're discussing Civil War.
How do you think he found out?
Well, obviously there's a leak.
Oh, obviously, but who do you think it is?
I think it might be Maximus's friend,
Dane?
Dane. I think
That was
there's a
my
good
theory too.
possibility.
I think it's Dane. Because Dane, at one point, when he was talking to Maximus about Lucy, started talking about Quintus and how Quintus is not following proper hierarchy
Right.
by inviting the Commonwealth as well. And that's treason. Within the Brotherhood, that's
And
considered
I think
treason.
Quintus is worried about Maximus too, and the path that Maximus is
definitely.
starting to stroll down,
Mhm.
right? Like is really worried about his friend too at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So it might be Dane. I
See?
wonder.
And
because
Dane's
if
a
they find
proper-
out that it is,
Dane is a proper Brotherhood of Steel member.
unless he's a traitor, then he'll be probably hung.
So that's where the episode ends. But we're not going to finish off before talking about Hank.
You know what? Before
one
we
mouse
talk about
wonder?
Hank, can we talk about the boring part?
Do you want to go
Can we
end
just
off with
really
Hank then?
quickly-
Because we can definitely talk about what is possibly the worst part of both episodes.
So far, yeah.
Which
And maybe,
is-
you know what? It might really kick up and be something, but
I just can't see the payoff being worth it.
no, it hasn't felt like it.
And yes, we're talking about
Son of
Hank, which is
Norm.
Norm. And this whole thing where he's in the bunker with the cryo chambers and stuff, and
Frozen people.
the frozen people that
Have
are
there ever
waking
been
up.
cryo chambers in any other vault? Or is this like this vault triplex the only one of its kind where they have the cryo chambers and they're unfreezing and
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty.
There's cryo chambers underneath the Vault-Tec compound that Hank is in.
yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, in the games,
almost. Well, in
when
the
we're talking
game,
about the
almost every
games.
vault has cryo chambers. I mean, Fallout 4, you start off in a cryo chamber.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go into one,
I'm having a hard time remembering Fallout 4.
and then you wake up and your wife is shot.
That's fun.
That's a cryo chamber. It just looks a little different in the games.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got him unfreezing these people who, in my opinion, were supposed to be leaders,
I didn't see a single leader in any of those people. I saw
like
a lot of sheep
future
waiting to be
leaders.
led.
Am I wrong?
It was brutal.
I don't know. They're supposed to be
Future
management.
overseers.
Management doesn't necessarily, like, if we look at any of the
Doesn't
corporate
necessarily mean
structures,
competent.
there's always like the CEO who's like
They were
a
like
pompous
children.
ass.
They were like children in that vault.
Yeah, because they were just waiting for orders.
And it didn't
Which is
seem
what
like any of
management
them were
does.
really that knowledgeable. Like the one guy was like, "Ooh, I took notes once about the ventilation. I've got vents."
But he did have vents.
It
So
did.
it worked out
but
well.
Yeah.
But they
The
needed
guy knew
someone.
nothing about them.
They
He just
needed,
took notes about them
well,
once.
and
They needed a
you know
leader.
what? Notes are important.
Notes
They
are
needed
important.
someone
Leader.
to
Yeah.
give them instruction.
Right.
And
And
once
they needed-
management had instruction, they functioned well.
So if you just carry around stickers with you, you can get anybody to do.
They weren't
anything.
even stickers. They were Band-Aids.
Oh, little badges or whatever.
They
weren't
were Band-Aids.
Props to Norm though
That was good.
for quickly realizing these people needed to be led.
Yep.
Instead of just panicking with them,
Yeah.
and then changed course, a little too vault techy, but changed course and started leading them. And
You did what
this
you had
is
to
your
do.
mission.
What did he call the Band-Aids?
Ugh.
Achievement dots
Achievement
or something
dots.
like that? But
Yeah.
they were literally round
Merit
Band-Aids.
dots, yeah.
Merit dots.
Okay, yeah. So these people just need recognition
Yeah.
for anything they do.
Right.
Mhm.
So he gets them organized. The whole plot of this sideline is just that they're trapped and they get out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Not all of them are getting out of there, by the way, because it took 7 of them to get up to the thing.
Yep.
No,
Well, you can pull people up and stuff, I guess.
they're leaving
maybe.
somebody behind.
Okay,
Maybe.
but those bottom 3, there's no way. Maybe the top one, but there's 2 people still left in the vault for sure. Maybe the chick that fell down.
No, 'cause she was the one who opened the door.
Oh no.
So
I'm
she was
just
right
saying-
up top.
I'm
So
just
not
saying-
only did she fall down a bunch of cryo chambers, but then she smucked her nose
Yeah.
on the door to get out.
I'm saying not everyone made it out of there,
And
and they were fine with it.
is this supposed to be like our comedy interlude or something? Because it's not working for me.
No,
Like
It's-
this storyline is not
it
working
seems
for me.
like a moot point.
It really needs to like have some sort of crazy build right now. Like next episode, if there's not a crazy build, then
Yeah.
what?
Said it seems like a moot point, a cow's opinion.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Good.
All in all, you could take it out, and it would not affect. It would affect it in a positive way, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like you're
the
breaking up the
episode.
show less, and then you could add more to
Um,
the actual storylines we're
They're
interested in.
they're putting so much into this side character that no one gives a shit about.
yeah, and
Right.
I
And now we've
don't-
got all these other survivors of the vault. I don't fucking care about any of them. I don't even know their names. I don't even think they are named.
No, I don't believe so. I don't think it's even worth talking about much more.
No.
Like it seems to be there's very little to talk about. It's hard to
Nothing happened except for they got out and they saw ruin and thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Except for the
Yeah.
one guy was really upset that there was no mall. That
Yeah.
kind of
Oh, the mall's
tickled
gone.
me a bit.
I mean, again, the aesthetics look great.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks
Aside
just
from
like
that,
scene from
I
Fallout.
don't take much else from it. I think it's worth moving on to
No. Yeah. Let's
Mr. Hank himself.
shift
Yeah,
back to
Mr.
Hank.
One Mouse Wonder.
And if I'm being completely honest, his scenes weren't much better for me.
Not really.
Not
they kind
this
of
time.
dragged.
Like, I understand, blowing up a couple of mice or whatever
They
and
spent
setting the
much
scene,
time on it.
but like that was way too much. It was way too
Once
long.
or twice going back,
There was
the
like
guy-
what, 6 mice or something crazy? There wasn't 3. He blew up way more than 3 mice.
I said it earlier. The whole bit about going back and forth was just tedious. It works in like a comedy, like Austin Powers type deal
Right.
thing, but don't give it to me here.
No.
Like have him bring up a box of
Right.
box of mice.
Something.
Like you're telling me this guy who's supposed to freaking perfect the chip doesn't have the sense to pick up a few mice at a time.
At no point do we ever see him perfecting the chip, though. We just see him putting the thing on,
And then he moves to human.
and then he turns the dial and is surprised that this one exploded as well. Like, at what point is he perfecting the chip?
Yeah, we don't see him. I thought that was weird too. Is that
There's no
we never
progress.
see him? Yeah, he's never working on the chip.
No,
he's just
never
sitting
tinkering
there.
with it. He's never adjusting anything,
Blowing
putting
up
new
mice.
diodes.
And then he moves on to human
Right.
trials
Yeah, poor
because
guy.
the mice are too finicky. And then he still doesn't get anywhere.
No.
Nope.
You're not seeing this whole episode. I didn't feel like there was any progress.
No.
No.
And it wasn't exciting at all.
They spend half the time on Son of Hank, the other half on Hank. None of it went anywhere. I went to watch it a second time, and I was so bored.
I was less bored the second time I watched it.
I was like,
What were you picking up the second time you watched it if you were less bored?
Little things. So I made all the notes for the show and then went back and we watched it, me and my wife. And kudos to her because I missed most of it, but she called it out. So I wrote it down.
Right.
There was so
That's
many
'cause you were
little
sleeping.
things. So when you watch it the first time, you're like, what the hell did I just watch? I just watched 50 different shows all in one episode. But then
What-
on the second time around, you pick up on all these little things in each story
what story?
that makes a bigger story. But it doesn't work. It didn't work for me.
When I
There's
watched
too
it the
much going
second
on.
time-
It's like watching. I imagine it's like watching the first read through of Game of Thrones.
Like reading it?
When I read that book the first time, I was like, wait a sec, which story am I on? There's so many fucking things happening.
Mm.
And it's the same thing with the show.
I just think they could have spent more time on important things.
Yeah, like Lucy.
When I watched it the second time, my thoughts were, I can't believe I'm watching this a second time.
Yeah.
Really? So you're
That
going to watch
it
the
was
third one?
The most boring thing. If the third episode isn't a banger, a lot of people, including myself, might be off.
Yeah.
Off this series.
Yeah.
Like it's gotta be a banger.
Well, I mean, if the series goes to shit, we'll just
We
move
have-
on.
We live in
I
a
feel
day and
like
age
that.
where we don't get more than 8 episodes of a show. You don't have the liberty to take this much time telling a story.
Especially
Yeah.
in a second season. Like I would have been willing to give more grace in the first season if they were doing a bunch of stuff than
Yeah.
in this season.
Well, first
this
two
season
episodes,
needs-
yeah.
To feel like it's really picking up to a crescendo, right? Like it's going somewhere. Something big is going to happen, and we're
Mhm.
not getting that. We're just getting these little half stories,
Yep.
and I can't.
The first
keep
season
taking
had
it.
a story to tell, and this feels like they're just grabbing air and hoping they find a story.
And they have a great opportunity to take this, build it up, build a great story, and then put it out as Fallout 5.
Yeah.
Really, like they could do that.
And Fallout 5 was rumored to heavily be influenced by the show.
Well, everything that happens in the show is canon to Fallout.
Right?
So whatever happens in the show happened once we go into playing Fallout 5.
Fallout 5 is in danger.
right?
Well, maybe. I mean, they said that they're going to structure Fallout 5 like Fallout 4. So it's going to be basically the same shit, different story. That will be a
Yeah, but
continuation
you
of
can
the
do
show.
that, but if you're not creating excitement at this point with this show, then you're going to lose an audience for Fallout
Yeah.
5.
Absolutely.
So right now what they're doing is throwing their next game out the window.
Actually, no, I don't.
They're
I don't agree.
damaging it.
I don't agree. Because if this show goes to shit and I absolutely can't stand it and I don't finish it and Fallout 5 comes out, I'm playing it.
I don't even
Yes,
know.
but you're an
I'm not
Uber
gonna.
fan.
Yeah, you're a huge fan. I don't know that I would drop off Fallout 76 to jump on Fallout 5
Or Fallout 4 even.
or Fallout 4.
Really?
That'd be like if they put out a Elder Scrolls show and it ate it and they put out a new Elder Scrolls. I'd rather still play Skyrim than jump on whatever's based on
Mhm.
something that I didn't like.
You're insane. They've been talking about another Skyrim for the last 7 years. It ain't happening
Well, they're
anytime
going to have
soon.
to because Elder Scrolls Online has just always been garbage. So
Elder
they need
Scrolls
something
Online
new.
was trash.
Oh, yeah. It
Yeah.
still is trash. They keep updating it. It's just trash. We're really off topic here.
We're not off topic. We're talking about some video games that they put out.
All in all, we didn't get anywhere
No.
in this episode. I
Not a
don't
lot
think.
happened.
I think so little happened. Even our main characters
Didn't do anything.
didn't do anything.
No. We saw Lucy at a hospital, and then Lucy.
Getting herself into some trouble, and
Getting
then
into
that
trouble.
was their story.
And if you played the games and that you know who the Legion are, you might have got excited at that
Yeah.
point.
I'm excited to see the Legion. I'm not excited to see what they do to Lucy.
It's a hard one.
But it'd be interesting to see how she gets out of this situation.
Yeah.
It's
if
going to
she
be
does.
interesting to see if this series picks up.
As always, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, consider following the podcast so you don't miss future discussions as new episodes air.